Okay, so we're going to start by going over the horizontal analysis. This is very easy to do. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how a company is doing across time, like last year compared to this year, or over the last 5 years, how are they doing? Are they doing better? Are they doing worse? What's going on? We always want to see that a company is improving. So it's pretty easy to do this. We're just going to look at how much, each line, each account has changed from last year or prior years until now. And we do this by taking the current period amount minus the prior period amount. And that all shows how much it changed. So let's say if this year my net income was 120,000 and last year it was 100,000, that means it went up by 20,000 this year. Okay, so we want to get two numbers here. One is the dollar change, how much has it changed in dollars from last year to this year? And then we also want to put this onto a percent basis. Okay, so we want to put this on a percent basis by taking the answer we just got, the dollar change, how much it's changed from last year to this year, and divide it by the prior period amount. So basically the oldest amount you have on there, and then multiply it by 100 because you do want to turn this into a percent. So this is really easy to do. So if you open up your classwork, we're going to go over the chapter 17 classwork, problem number 1. So you can just follow along with me as we do this. Okay, so to do this, it's really easy. So remember, it goes in kind of like backwards order where it starts with the newest year and then goes to the oldest year. So we want to find the dollar change and the percent change. So this is, not a full balance sheet, just a couple lines just to give you the idea of how to do this. So basically, you want to take the newest year minus the oldest year. When you subtract, that will give you the dollar change. So I have my phone out as a calculator, so kind of just follow along as we do this. You can also do it and then pause it and see what the answer is. So 374,634 minus 234,000. I got 140,634. Sorry, I'm using the trackpad on here, so the writing is not so fluid, so just bear with me in the horrible handwriting up here. But it's 140,634. That's how much it's changed from year. It's gone up. If it's a negative number, make sure you show that it's negative. But we can see from here that short-term investments have increased. All right, so now you want to turn this into a percent. So you take the answer we just got, the 140,634, and you divide by the oldest year. So we're going to be using 2016. So basically 140,634 divided by this 234,000. Okay, got 0.601. So remember, multiply that by 100 because you want to turn it into a percent, or just move the decimal place over 2 places, whatever you're comfortable with. So we got 60.1%. Okay, you should all get the same thing. And we're just going to do this for each line. So same thing with accounts receivable and notes payable. So for accounts receivable, 97,364 minus 101,000. I got a negative, so you can do a negative sign, or I just use parentheses. 3636, so 3,636. Take that number and divide it by the 2016 amount. So divided by 101,000 times it by 100 to put it into a percent. We got negative 3.6%. Okay, and once again, if it's negative, make sure you indicate that it's negative because this is for other people to look at, and if it's decreased from year to year, you want to let them know it's decreased and not increased. So you do have to be specific with that. Notes payable, 0 minus 88,000 is negative 88,000. So negative 88,000. Divide that by the 2016 number. This should be pretty easy. So divide by 88,000 times 100, we get negative 100%. Okay, So it just lets us know, notes payable went down 100%. That's really good, because we don't want there to be debt. So the fact that there's no debt, that's a good sign. Accounts receivable, that's people owing us money, that went down. Does that mean we're not making enough sales, or are we collecting from our customers better? So we have to look into that further. And short-term investments increased by 60%. So that's really good. That might mean that we have more cash. So we're taking the cash that we have and we're investing that. So, I'd say overall, this gives us a pretty good picture on how the company's doing. Obviously, there would be more lines, but this is just to give you an idea.